guys, I'm sacrificing my music for you because we are driving along the tunnel of trees. The big blue thing off to the right is Lake Michigan, and I'm hoping that this will be a pretty drive. I mean, it's been a beautiful drive so far. We're just gonna putz along and enjoy it. I would say that there was going to be some music added, but I'm not home, so we'll see. If I can figure out how to edit things on the phone, maybe. I had so much fun already. I literally just left this afternoon, and have I already gotten turned around? Yes, but when you're on a road trip with no firm destinations on every single day, being turned around a little bit is fine. It's just a thing, and this is so pretty. I kind of wish that the leaves were a little more reds and orange, but that's okay. I appreciate the trees. Also, hopefully nobody gets car sick. You guys are stuck up on the dashboard in the front windshield, and I'm not gonna try and adjust any focus or anything. So I hope everybody is doing good. I've been really looking forward to this trip, and I rented this car, and I'm telling you, this car is it's a spaceship. I didn't realize how old the vehicle I was driving was until I got behind the wheel of this one and had to figure out how to turn the blasted thing on. Nothing like new technology to make you feel old. I think I've mostly got it figured out. It took me probably 30 miles to really figure out the cruise control, and then maybe another 50 miles to realize that, it was an adaptive cruise control. Kinda cool. If the car up in front of me slows down, my car slows down. I don't even have to touch anything. Also, it's got this weird steering assist, which is bananas. I don't know how it knows where the parts of the road are, but it does. Also, I think we might have just left the tunnel of trees, so maybe we'll just drive along here. Oh, I don't know. I see more trees. Oh, I also see a big red barn. I love big red barns. To me, big red barns are the only kind of barn that should be allowed. Even though I lived for years in Tennessee and my barn was a kind of black tobacco barn, in my heart and in my head, white post and board fencing and a big red barn are kind of, I guess, the gold standard. Oh look, more trees. And cars, which is not surprising. I mean, I think everybody who can be is out leaf peeping. And this is a good place to leaf peep. Not as good as up on the north side of the bridge. I think we've had it a little bit colder than down here, so our leaves are a little bit brighter, but I don't know. I see some reds over there. We'll count that as a win. But yeah, I don't really have a completely fixed itinerary for this vacation. I have one day, which I'll do at least some filming, where I'm going to be stopping at a cider mill with my favorite cousin in the entire world, who I think we check in with each other and actually see each other about once every 5 to 10 years. It's okay though. She is my absolute favorite cousin in the entire universe. No offense to any of my other cousins. Y'all are great. But my cousin that I am going to see, it's really funny, and if I were at home, I would go digging through my photo albums and see if I could find a picture of us when we were babies. But we were part of what was affectionately called the triplets. Oh, look, these leaves. This is a tunnel of trees. The leaves are almost touching. That's cool. Anyway, we were a part of what at least we called being triplets. I don't know if anybody else did. But I was born first, and 9 days after me, my cousin that I'm going to see was born. And then 9 days after her, our other cousin was born. He kind of counts as a triplet, but, you know, he was a he, so he wasn't as twinning as we always were. And it was really funny because when we were little, we really did, for about the first 3 years, look almost like twins. It was very cool. Unfortunately, I stayed short and she got about at least 4 or 5 inches on me, which isn't saying much because I'm only 5 feet tall. But she was still, you know, taller than I am. Doesn't take much. That's okay. I like being short. Or at least I'm resigned to it. This is such a pretty area. I'm glad I detoured this way because I have never been in this part of Michigan that I know of. I'm not going to guarantee I've never been here as a small person, but I have no actual recollection of being in this part of Michigan. I think I'm going to stop tonight somewhere near the lake. I don't know exactly where because, like I said, until Saturday when I go to the cider mill with my cousin, I'm kind of on my own. I am doing my own thing, and then after I leave her on Saturday, Sunday I am going to meet a friend in Ohio, and I'm going to stay there for a couple of days. I don't know if I'm going to film anything there. We'll see. No guarantees on that. And then I'm going to start slowly meandering my way back home. And maybe by the time I get back home, I will have figured this spaceship of a car out. I think it's a Mitsubishi something, or maybe it's a Hyundai. I don't know. It's a car. Oh, what a pretty little pond. And there's a turnout. Does it go anywhere, or is it just a view? I think it's just a view. You know what? I need someplace to eat lunch anyway, so I think this is where I am going to turn out. We'll go look at the big, pretty lake, and then I'm going to eat lunch and figure out where I'm headed to next. So give me a minute or two to actually get out of this car. This car doesn't even have a key. It's weird. It's cool, but it's really weird. All right, the car is actually off. I am moving you guys out of the windshield. I'll show you this car too. I mean, it's not my car, so it's not like I'm doxing myself. But yeah, this is so pretty. I am so glad that I decided to do this. Yeah, I will. It tells me to check the rear passenger seat for stuff. I don't want it. You can't make me. Oh, those are pretty. And a view of a very big, very pretty lake. Well, once I get aside of the trees. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm going blind. Anyway, this is the car I got. Compared to my big old SUV, I feel quite sporty. I do feel like I'm in a spaceship. So that is about it. I'm going to try really hard not to get anybody on camera. Thanks for driving with me. I'll check in with you guys probably tomorrow. And have a good night.